Hey Philip, Dustin here, and first, man, thank you so much for your help on the website. I was stumped on how to get it to work, and once I realized there was coding involved, I knew I had to get somebody much smarter than me to help, so I do appreciate it. Now, I'll try not to make this video too terribly long, but it's probably going to be a little bit lengthy because I want to show you a specific strategy that we use and then just kind of talk about some general business practice ideas, and we'll see how it goes. What we're on right now is websmartpublishing.com, and Websmart Publishing is the name of my business here in Northwest Arkansas. That's what anybody in Northwest Arkansas knows me as Websmart Publishing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if I come over here, you'll see a website that looks pretty similar, but it's called SEOHVAC.com. And the reason for that is because if we're targeting an HVAC company, we want them to think that we only work with HVAC companies. Like you can even see this right here is how to generate 20 leads a month for HVAC, and everything is HVAC related. Even the phone number has heat in the number. And the reason for that is because let's say that we're targeting an HVAC company in Oklahoma City, and let's say you and I were both going after the same HVAC company trying to get the contract. If everything is apples to apples, you're going to have a better chance at getting it because obviously you're local. So one way that we've gotten around that, because we do a lot of marketing outside Northwest Arkansas, is we became very vertical oriented. So we focus pretty much exclusively on home improvement companies. And there's a main home improvement website that we have in addition to this one. So we have this SEO HVAC site. We also have a plumbing site. We have an electrical site, and then we have like a main hub that we generally send people to. But these sites serve a purpose as well, which I'm about to show you in just a second. So I do hope that makes sense what I'm saying there. If you're going to be marketing outside of your area, it's a lot of times it's wise to have a vertical focused marketing plan. Because number one, it also opens up your options. Being in Northwest Arkansas, there's only so many businesses that we can market to because it's not a huge area. It's not nearly as big as Oklahoma City. So we had to do outside marketing, and this helps allow us to do that. So how we use this website specifically, and this is getting more into an exact strategy. This is what I was trying to explain over Facebook, but didn't do a good job explaining it apparently. So we have full-time outsourcers that work for us, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with doing overseas outsourcing, but there's sites like Odesk and Elance where you can find outsourcers at a pretty good rate. And as a matter of fact, the outsourcer that we have doing this exact project for us, we pay him right around $300 a month. And you can get pretty good work for anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. And why it might be beneficial to you is because with you working all day, that's something that for pretty low cost you can have somebody basically doing ongoing marketing for you. So what we have them do is this is one of the things that we do is we have them go to Yelp, and we'll go with HVAC and College Station, and we give them a list of cities to go after. So I'm going to do a search, and you can see there's 872 results, but what we're actually interested in are the people offering a deal. So if I click on that, now you can see it narrows the list down to 14. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on one of these. And so we know that this company right here has an offer that they're so that means that they're trying to get people in the door. They're trying to get business. And so what we want to do is figure out if they're doing Facebook retargeting, and it's really easy to figure that out. The way that we do it is we have our guys use Chrome whenever they're doing this, and we have them install Facebook Pixel Helper in their browser, which is right here. You just do a Google search for it, and I think it was the second link that I pulled up. Add it to Chrome. And what that does, if I go to their website, this website right here, I'm back on Yelp. If I go to this website, if you watch this box over here, this grayed box, it didn't light up. If I go back over here to Yelp, you'll see how it lights up to blue. That's because Yelp has a retargeting pixel, this company right here, Cool Aggieland, does not have a retargeting pixel. So this is somebody that we might want to market to because they're not doing any retargeting. So they're doing advertising over here on Yelp, but they're not doing anything to bring back visitors that visit their website. I'm not sure if you're familiar with retargeting. Basically, really quickly here, it's setups that if somebody visits the website and they leave the website, if they're on Facebook, well, this company can have their ad show to that person who visited their website for up to 6 months. So it's a really cool way of bringing people back to your website by showing them an offer. Well, we already know that this company has an offer that they're willing to give out. So something that we would then do is we'd have our outsourcer add this company to a list, and I actually have a fresh list right here that we just started. It's not even complete, and here's is that the same company, Aggieland? Cool Aggieland. Interesting. I haven't actually seen this list yet. So here is looks like it is the same company. I don't know if that website's right or not, but anyway, so here's point in case. We've got this website added to our list, and you can see down here at the bottom how we have different tabs, and that's because for each one of these we're going to do a different segment of marketing. So we want to find their email address, the email address for this company, which we have right here. And basically what we're going to do is we are going to send an email to all of these people who we know have an offer. And we've tried a couple of different ways, and we'll keep testing things. Sometimes we'll send them an email just saying, hey, we saw your ad on Yelp, and we notice that you don't have any retargeting on your page. You probably don't know what that is, and give a really quick explanation. Sometimes we'll have like a generic video that we send to people, and just about all the time we always have a link in the email. So for example, if we're sending them an email, then we'll post the video, the generic video, on our website, and whenever they click that link in the email that we're sending to them, and they go to our website, well, we have retargeting on our website, and we're sending them obviously to this website. So that HVAC company, this Aggieland, coolaggieland.com. Whenever we send them an email, we want to send them to this website. So if we have a video on this website or a specific landing page for that campaign, then we're going to send them to this website because it looks like we only work with HVAC companies. And then even more, you can see that I have retargeting on this website. So once somebody visits this website and they leave, well, now we're going to have a retargeting campaign, and we'll have a specific campaign set up on that landing page. That way, whenever they leave, they see ads following them around about, hey, you could follow your customers like this too. So it's a really simple way to stay in front of them. And because not everybody is going to most people are not going to give you a call. Most people are not going to email you back. But that's okay as well, because going back to this Excel sheet, you'll see that we have quite a few names on here so far. Here's 44 in HVAC. Then we've got an electrical side, which is not quite as big right now. Movers, roofers, chiropractors, jewelry, optometrists, auto repair. And this is all College Station. This is, I believe, like I said, I haven't actually checked this list. It doesn't look very big, though. Okay, maybe I was wrong. So here's New Jersey. But regardless, so this list will end up being pretty hefty, pretty big. And so what we can do once we have that big list is go back through and have our outsourcers now email all of them one by one. And the reason why we have them do it one by one, and they can send out 350, 400 emails in a day for you. And the reason why we have them do it one by one is because we then have another Excel sheet, which I don't have pulled up, and it would take me a while to get to it. But basically, it's very basic. And what we have them track for us is what emails are being used, because we generally cycle through 2 or 3 different email scripts and subject lines. So we track what emails are being opened. And who is opening them. Once we find that somebody has opened the email, we'll often give them a call and try to get their business. Or in your case, if you can't give them a call, then you might follow up with another email saying, hey, just wanted to see if you had any questions. Depending on what your initial email was that you sent to them, you can follow up with them, or you can send them something in the mail. But anyway, what's cool about this is that it's almost a never-ending deal. You could do this all day long. And I would recommend starting in one specific vertical. We've been in the home improvement sector for a long time. So what's great about that is whenever I'm talking to an HVAC company, I can speak their lingo. I can speak the language. If you look at this list over here, you'll see that we have jewelry, optometrists. Honestly, if I talk to a jewelry person or a optometrist, I mean I know what they do, but I don't really know their lingo. So it's going to be a tougher sell. So it's not really our focus. Our focus is really the HVAC, electrician, movers, and roofers that are on there. But anyway, hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. And what's great about this, and the reason why I'm selling the Facebook retargeting, is because it's a very easy sell. If for example, if we were to get this guy on board, we already have an offer that he's willing to give. And if you look at here, just looking at this picture, it looks like there's a coupon in here. So here's a coupon right here. So he already has creative made. He already knows what he wants to offer. So it's very easy to then go into Facebook, set up a retargeting ad, give them the pixel to put on their website, and you're done. And you can easily charge. Really, you can charge whatever you want to charge. If you choose to just have a one-time setup fee, you can do that. I personally, what we do is we charge an ongoing monthly fee, and it's very low. The point of this is not necessarily to make money, but the point of it is just to get our foot in the door and build that relationship with them. And then we obviously continue to market to them because we want to get them on our SEO services. And generally, what we'll do is we'll let them know, hey, look. Looking at the analytics on your website, this is how many people you have visiting your website. This is where your traffic is coming from. You can have more traffic coming in from SEO. And, this is actually what we're really good at. This is what we do. Here's our case studies. And then you can obviously upsell them to SEO, and that's where you're going to make, in our case, that's where we make most of our money. So, because typically for HVAC, we charge right around $800 to $1,500, sometimes a little more, depending on where they're located. So, that's per month. So, and with the Facebook retargeting, we charge anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. So, but again, that's completely optional. If you just want to charge them one time, and then because they still have the ad fee, so let me back up one second. That $300 to $500 a month does cover their ad costs. So we personally pay for the ads, and let's say that they're paying us $300. Well, then we'll let them spend about $100, $125 in ad spend, and then we keep the remaining for ourselves. So it's very easy to do. It takes about 5 minutes to get set up, and it basically gives you a customer that you can market to. And it's much easier to sell somebody who's already familiar with you. It's much easier to sell somebody on SEO who's already familiar with you, has already done business with you, and understands how you work. So I hope that part makes sense. Moving on, if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. Basically staying in that same vein, something else that you can do, and this right here might be where I start. I just did a search for OKC dentist, and I can tell you from experience, dentists, they can spend money, but man, they are hard to get a hold of. But I just put in dentist here because that seems to be, everybody always talks about dentists and attorneys, so I just went with it. So something you can do here is you can look at all these people that have ads, and you can see if they're ranking. If they're not ranking, then that means that they're willing to spend money to get business, but they just don't have it. And then what you can do at that point is you can, then send them an email, and I would do a video review of their website, basically talking about their title tags, their meta description, keywords, how much content is on their page, the keyword density on the page, alt tags, other images. Even if all that stuff isn't that important, most dentists don't know. Obviously on page is important, but whenever I make these videos, I really exaggerate how important it is. Just because I'm just trying to get them to talk to me. Obviously whenever we get the sell, then we do the full thing. We're doing PBN links and everything, but and then whenever we make those videos, we only make them about 3 to 5 minutes long, and they're not salesy at all. They're very much so educational. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do, this didn't pull up any maps section, or it's because I'm on page 2. If I go over here to page 1, something else you can do, a couple of different things, is you can contact these people because you know that these people have they have traffic coming in since they're in the map section. And again, you can see if they have retargeting, because most of them are not going to have any retargeting set up. Just pulling up a couple of these. No retargeting. No retargeting. And again, once you get them on board with through retargeting, what you'll find is that a lot of these people, they're still missing a lot of traffic because there's a lot of things that they're not ranking for. So you can still go back around and upsell them to SEO. There's something else that you'll see a lot of times. I don't see it here, surprisingly, but if you see somebody who's got some bad reviews, let's say they have an average like a 3 or 2 star rating, or a 1 star, which would be terrible, then you can contact them about their reputation. And I promise you that is almost, and that's probably the easiest way to get somebody's attention. So something that we've done before in the past, really quickly here, I'm already up to about 16 minutes. Something else that we've done before to get with our email marketing, and it worked extremely well. It was just hard to scale quickly. And that is basically find businesses that had negative reviews online. We would then send them an email. We'd send it from like a Gmail or a Yahoo, and we would send them an email, and it'd be very, very personable. We wouldn't even let them know we were a business. Basically just saying, hey, I was looked you up online, and I saw this review, and then we paste in the review that one of the worst reviews we could find on there, and then say, I wanted to talk to you about this. And man, you will get just do 10 of those. do 10 of those, and you will get responses. I guarantee it. And sometimes it's really funny because they will be very definitive and tell you because most of the time they know who left the review. And they'll be sure to tell you what a crappy person that guy is or that girl is that left that negative review. So that's if you want to get some responses, that's definitely one way to do it. It's just hard to find people with negative reviews. That if you have the time to do it, go for it, man. That's definitely going to get you the foot in the door. And then one last thing here is if I go over here to page 2 and just start clicking on some of these, I've already got some of them pulled up. What you'll find, obviously, these guys aren't ranking. Although I do think I saw them in the maps. It doesn't really matter. I don't pay that much attention in real life. Well, now the maps aren't even showing. It really doesn't matter. If I see somebody on page 2, then I'm going to send them an email. And what I'm looking for with this guy that's on page 2 is a lot of times if you come down here to the footer, you'll see site designed and maintained by T&T Dental. So this means that they are already paying somebody to help them with their website, and more than likely SEO. If you come over here to services, I bet you'll find search engine optimization. There you go. Now, who knows what they charge? It doesn't really matter because they're on page 2. This business is on page 2. Now, like I said, I think I saw them in the map section. So let's say you sent them an email saying, hey, I noticed you're on page 2. Would like to, I made a video review of your website, and here's some things that you could do to, blah, 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 change this, change that. And if they respond back and say, hey, we're on page 1 on the maps, and, whatever, well, who cares? You can just move on, So don't get too hung up on that. Same thing with the retargeting. Some people won't use Facebook retargeting, but they might have a different form of retargeting. 9 times out of 10 they're not, but even if they do, they'll just let you know that they do have retargeting on there, and then you just move on. No big deal. And here's another one. I believe this right here was the next one on page 2. And looking at it, here we go. Designed by. So this looks like this is just a website design, maybe not necessarily any marketing. But regardless, that means they're willing to pay for it online. A lot of businesses think if you just have a nice looking website that you're going to be fine, you're going to get traffic, and then they realize later on that they're not getting the traffic that they thought they were. So you could still send them an email as well. So I hope all of that makes sense. I know I talked about a lot. One last thing I'll mention here really quick, and just kind of a recap is pick a vertical. And I personally separate my local marketing from my vertical marketing. So everybody in Northwest Arkansas knows me as Westmar Publishing. Pretty much all of my outbound marketing goes through our vertical channels. I mentioned before that you can attend a BNI or a chamber meeting. What's really cool about BNI is that you can actually go, I believe, 1 or 2 times for free. I know you can go once for free. I think you can go twice for free. And excuse me, whenever you go to those meetings, it gives you an opportunity to state who you are and what your company does. But what's probably more important whenever you go to those meetings is to make contacts and make those relationships. And even having a full-time job, if you can find a way to squeeze going to one of the meetings, then after that meeting, make sure you grab as many business cards as you can. Then you can go have lunch with all the people that you met, all the business cards that you grabbed, and basically, you're going to be building strategic relationships, if you will, that way. And same thing with chamber. I know the chamber oftentimes has a lot of like free meetings that you can attend. So I would really recommend doing that. If you do decide to do that, let me know. I've got some scripts that worked really well for me that I'm happy to share with you. And then just as far as general business practices, I promise I'm almost done. I just noticed I'm after over 20 minutes now. As far as general business practices, so I was telling you that we're heavy direct mail hitters, and one of the things that we do is we basically identify businesses that we know we can work with. They're qualified. They're either already spending money online, with another SEO company, or through whatever way, we know that they're very qualified, and we know that they have the money to spend with us. And if they meet that criteria, then we send them an e-newsletter every week. We send them a direct mail piece every week. We most of the time we'll give them a phone call every month. We'll send them an e-newsletter every month, a regular newsletter or direct mail piece every month, and then generally a phone call every month. And the reason for that is we're just staying in touch, just basically staying in front of them, building that relationship. And whenever you're doing that, make sure that you really focus on providing value. So whenever we send them something, it's not just a sales letter; it's educational, and it's amazing how well that works. So be sure to do that. And one way to get that started is to create your top 100 or your top 50 or even your top 10. You can go as low as you want to go. Just create your top list, and then just market to them on a regular basis. And something else obviously that you can do is rank your website for SEO Oklahoma City, and even furthermore, to help get some case studies. What you can do is you can find really weird markets like OKC Magician, and you can see this guy right here is ranking. I don't know how well, obviously without looking at their websites, how well these guys' websites are performing. What about OKC Clown? Or what about OKC Freight and Crate? So the reason why I'm showing you these type of phrases is because what you can do is you can go out and either find somebody to pay you, like a really small fee, and something that's like brain dead stupid for them not to sign up with you, or you can just do it on your own. But basically, rank for these types of phrases, just destroy it. And then you have some case studies that you can now show people that you've done. And some businesses will know. Some people will know. Well, hey, Freight and Crate's not nearly as busy as Oklahoma City Dentist. And then some people won't really care. They'll just see that and go, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. So something else to consider there. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to ask. I love doing this type of stuff, so I love helping other people do this type of stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'm happy to help.